Hello on the Rockers. Tonight, it's On the Rocks After Dark. Put the kids to bed. We are talking all things adult industry with Grabby and AVN award winner Wernik, multi-GayVN award winner Nic Sahara, performer straight up gay porn award winner Michael Boston, and Icon Male's Nick Fitt, with guest co-host Strut Nightclub, impresario Luke Nero, and me, your favorite host with the sassy most. Raise a glass and let the drinks begin.
Hello.
And most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Oh, listen to that applause. Lord have mercy. What is going to happen tonight? I don't even know. Buttons and bows and pantyhose, On the Rocks podcast, a place where we're too glam to give a damn. I'm so excited for the beginning of fall and winter. Now I can trade all my black summer layered clothes for my black layered fall clothes. I saw Shang-Chi and I loved it, and everybody knows I hate everything, so I'm very happy to say I loved it, but it has come to my attention. What is that? Oh, watching porno already. But it's come to my attention that Shang-Chi star Simu Liu has said in the past that pedophilia is akin to being gay, then there's no difference. Girl. Number one, he has not apologized since it's come out. Number two, Marvel hasn't said anything. So Marvel and girl, F off. P.S. Could anything be gayer than being a superhero in the Marvel universe? Pretty gay. Bloop. Like us on Twitter and Instagram at On The Rocks On Air, and on Facebook, if anybody's still on Facebook. On The Rocks Radio Show, send me an email. Book me for a wedding, funeral, quinceañera, bris. I don't care. I will show up. Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. The show is presented by Straw Hut Media. You can watch and or listen to our now almost 300 episodes at ontherocksradioshow.com. And if you are listening to us, you can watch us on Facebook Watch and on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV on the Outlet.tv app. Also, hello to our new family across the nation. On the Rocks is now streaming on WCRN Channel 31 in Boston. Cheers. We play 2 times a day on Monday and Wednesday in the morning. Perfect time to drink. Share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave your phone number. I'm single. Palm Springs, I am coming for you. After 2 sold-out shows, I am back at Oscars downtown for an evening on the lanai, a night celebrating the Golden Girls with sing-alongs, trivia, and a special one-on-one with never-heard-before stories about the show with Season 1 writer Stan Zimmerman. It all starts at 7 p.m. on October 6th. Head to OscarsPalmSprings.com. And the very next week, I will be back at Oscars for an evening with America's Got Talent, Mr. Cameron Ross. It's a live performance. It's an onstage interview hosted by me, fan Q&A. He's super dreamy, so please come on out Thursday, October 14th at 7 p.m. Again, go to OscarsPalmSprings.com. Get your tickets today. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I need a sip. And if you're drinking at home, raise the glass and let's cheers. Please welcome my guest co-host, Luke Nero.
Hi.
Hi. Nice, very nice. Hi. Luke Nero is an Australian-born, New York-bred party promoter who made a name for himself in New York City at the original Mr. Black Club. And though he went to school for TV and film production, he worked on a few shows. And then when he moved to L.A., he segued back into nightlife because there was something that was missing from the scene. And he conquered the West Coast with the L.A. version of Black and Rasputin, and is now celebrating the 1-year anniversary of his nightclub, Strut, in Orange County. He also opened Donkey D's, which is his LGBTQ answer to the neighborhood bar. I have spent much time and much money there, I have to say, there, and I love it. Please welcome Luke Nero.
Hi. Oh my God, I get an applause.
You get applause. All right, you and I have known each other many, many years, and this next week we actually get to work together because we're going to be celebrating the 1-year anniversary with our panel of guests from tonight. But I have to know, you've done New York, you've done L.A. Why the hell are you in Orange County?
Well, because it's an underserved queer market. I feel like all across the country, gay people, queer people, we all watch the same TV shows. We all follow the same people on Instagram. We all watch the same news. We all
sleep with the same people.
We do. We're all the same, right? So I don't.
Yes, you and I look exactly the same.
No, but I mean,
I know what you mean.
But it's like there's no reason why nightlife or nightlife venues should be ratchet holes in the ground all across America. There's no need for it, right? We are all worthy of good venues, queer churches, as I call them. So, and Orange County was like, there was just nothing there. It was almost like a fucking hut. So I was like, can I swear? I can't swear.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
It just
great.
cost me $10, but I'm good for it.
Fine.
I'll charge you this Friday at Strut Nightclub.
You know what I mean? So I just wanted to reinvigorate an underserved market, and I feel like that's what I actually love doing the most. Because LA and New York are already done. They're already set. They already have the good stuff. The rest of the country does not. So I want to, deliver that.
Well, I have to say, I was born and raised in Orange County, so I know the environment to this day. Today, if you were to drive in Orange County, there's still Trump booths on many of the streets. It's like, girl, get over it. You lost.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of environment that's still there. And I have to tell you, people are like, what is Strut Nightclub? What's it like? I always describe it, it's like a mix between Studio 54, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, and, like a little party monster.
It's fun, and it's detailed and well thought out and designed for us.
And we are all going to be there on Friday. I am scared, actually, to get all these gentlemen with booze and other hot means.
It's going to be great. I'm
It's
excited.
gonna be trouble. Orange County Police, we're letting you know now. But let's talk murals really fast. You have, as if you haven't made a big enough splash in Orange County with the huge strut sign and the Donkey D's infamous donkey, you have put up these murals. No, that's not the mural, Tony, but yes. One of them's Dolly Parton and the other one is Free Britney, which made you the focus of a lot of news media stories. And so it's like, not only do you have an establishment there, you are making it very obvious that we are in the community, we're members of the community, and you can take a selfie.
Well, because I literally opened up a nightclub and we were shut down within 6 months because of the pandemic. So how do I keep the nightclub in the forefront of media and public view and whatever in social media? We were shut down for 10 months. So what do you do with a brand new nightclub that's just sitting dormant for 10 months, racking up debt and rent? So I was like, I'm just going to put a fucking mural on the outside. Sorry for again, and I chose Dolly Parton because she gave $1 million to the Moderna vaccine. So it was, she's a queer icon, but she was also of the moment, and that's why she made the 6 o'clock news all across the country.
And it's very funny. People say, I owe my life to Dolly Parton. Well, now you can actually say that because a lot of people owe their life to Dolly Parton. And I find it very interesting. You put up the mural, Free Britney, and then now she's free. Did you have some? Are you responsible?
She's not quite free.
Well, but she's on
the
that
way.
path.
Yeah,
she's on that path.
Yeah.
All right, fabulous. So Friday, September 24th, we will be at Strut Nightclub with our panel of guests. The fun starts at 8:30. We're doing a really fun fan interactive Q&A, and then it's a balls to the wall dance party.
Correct.
With like roller girls and
we have roller girls. It's our go-go boys night, so there'll be lots of boys in sailor outfits, and we do like a wet white short contest with all your
I hope I win again. It's like, he's not Jewish. But we also have giveaways from Andrew Christian and Icon Male, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Great, yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for what you're doing in the community.
I'm happy to be here. It's
As
exciting.
an original OC boy, I really, really appreciate it. We are going to talk to our panel of guests. We're going to take this quick break, and when we come back, it's all chat and all boys when we come back. And we are back. That was a long break. Okay, let's welcome our guest. Nick Fitt is an award-winning, multi-talented gay adult entertainer. He is a former board member on PASS, the adult industry's STD testing program, and works alongside nonprofits for sexual health needs of marginalized communities. He's passionate, articulate, and knowledgeable, and a little sassy. He dispels the common myths that surround the gay adult industry and provides valuable information on what it means to be HIV positive in today's times. And is an exclusive contract star for Icon Male, which I have spent much research on iconmale.com. He continues to break barriers and evolve in front of the camera and also now behind the camera as a production manager for Mile High Media's Gay Lines. Please welcome Nick Fitt.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Also joining us, literally hot off the plane, Wernik, a breakout social media star from the adult entertainment world. He enjoys a colossal following of over 1 million on Instagram and 200,000 on Twitter. My mom even follows him. This fabulous Brazilian, that is a true story, by the way. It's like, Your picture's on the mantle, not mine. This fabulous Brazilian has won multiple industry awards, travels the world as a DJ, and gets extensive work as a print model. His Instagram is part thirst trap, part travel vlogger. And after establishing himself as one of the world's most in-demand porn performers of the last couple of years, this former medical student, which I just found out, by the way, is following the path of many adult stars by capitalizing on his newfound fame on OnlyFans, which we're going to talk about OnlyFans. You're on the hot plate, OnlyFans. Please welcome First Class, Alan Wernick.
I got applause too.
Also joining us, Nic Sahara is a total sweetheart. I am glad to call him a friend. He's a multi-industry award winner who hit the scene in 2018, has quickly become a fan favorite, having filmed with Naked Sword Originals, Icon Male, Reality Dudes, Falcon Studios, many, many more. And just to complete all of your real-life fantasies, Nic Sahara grew up playing softball, football, soccer, volleyball, as well as running track. He has been in the military, by the way, which we're going to talk about the good and the bad. He is a sweetheart of a man. He's also single, by the way, and he's into romance. He's a gentle soul. Please welcome Nic Sahara. And last but certainly not least, Michael from Boston. He's actually not from Boston, but Michael Boston is a quick fan favorite due to his assets. He hails from England, and in his short time in the biz, he has filmed with just about every name you can mention. How did he get that booty? Maybe it had to deal with his years in competitive ballroom dance. Look at his Instagram. I was astounded. This boy's got moves. And if you want to skip leg day, just check out his Instagram. You'll be doing leg day. Trust. He's got 2 pumpkins fighting for a patch for Halloween. Please welcome Michael Boston.
That's amazing.
All right, so I think your fans kind of know the biographies that the studios put out, and it's like, he's super sexy and enjoys long walks on the beach. That's not what we're doing on this show. This show, I really want to talk about some of the hot topics that are affecting the industry, the good, the bad, the ugly, post-COVID. But I really want to start is, I'm sure you've been asked this many, many times, but our listeners might not be in tune to your work, and so this is a very fun episode for us. But how did you get into the industry?
Well, I was working for a high-tech company, Tesla, and I actually hated it. I was always like treated as like I was less than, just because I was actually a little bit more attractive than a good 95% of the people there.
Have you seen those Tesla nerds? It's like,
Oh,
woof,
God.
go get a makeover, bitch.
Right, exactly. So Dominic Pacifico actually
He's a sweetheart.
Picked me up, and he was like, "Hey, well, if you hate your job so badly, why don't you have sex for a living?"
I mean, that's kind of a leap. How like when he first told you that, were you a fan of porn? Did you know some of the stars? Was it like, yeah, it's no big deal?
I mean, it was no big deal because I had friends in the porn industry, and I think that actually helped me, navigate my way around the industry a little bit better. So I knew how to kind of like behave myself, if you will, and not fangirl out. That was like the whole.
Okay, before you got into the industry, who was a porn star or a porn member, a porn personality? Because we're not supposed to say porn star?
I mean, you could say porn star.
Okay. Is that term like porno? It's like old?
No.
Okay. But who was like the one that you had a crush on before you got into the business? Like if you were to fangirl, who would it have been?
To be honest with you, it was the Jared couple. Eric,
who?
Eric and Jared Jordan.
I thought you were going to say geriatric. I'm like, girl, that's a fetish I do not know.
No, they were actually friends of mine too. So I actually got to hang out with them on a consistent basis, but I was fangirling over them mad.
I have to say, in being involved with CyberSocket and getting to interview a number of you from the industry and becoming friends in real life, you see a whole different side to the industry. You see what the studios put forward, and I think what OnlyFans, the benefit of like an OnlyFans type platform is we get to see your personalities, and we get to see what you guys want to do, and I think it's a whole different energy. But becoming friends with many people in the industry has been so enlightening, and I really think that there is this movement of the adult industry becoming more mainstream. As that's happening, we're getting this kickback from the government, we're getting this kickback from social media, which we're going to discuss, that they're coming to attack our community. But at the same time, everybody's watching porn. We know that Grindr went down at the last Republican convention in Washington, D.C. It's like, okay, Lindsey Graham. I'm a power top. Yeah, bitch. So then it was, it wasn't like this huge weird decision for you to do.
No. I mean, it almost kind of made sense for me in sort of a way. I knew that I wasn't going to be, like Alam here, where he had the perfect body and the perfect face. I was older. I was like 32 years old when I started.
Honey, you look like you're 21.
Yeah.
If I was older.
So I got a late start in the industry, and I didn't have that perfect body. I didn't have, very much experience. So what did I do? I did what any guy in the porn industry did. You take steroids. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Drugs are bad. But I worked hard. And I made myself ready. And then when I knew that it was time for me to actually go forth and do my first couple scenes, I reached out to him myself. And I got picked up by Icon. My first 13 scenes in the industry. That's how I got my start.
Well, and the fact is how much work it takes for you all to be in the industry. It's like working on the body, working on the marketing, working on the business, making sure all your ducks in a row. It's a lot of work. Alam, how did you get into the industry?
Now, for me, I hear to you from you was exactly different way. I first start with OnlyFans. So, OnlyFans is completely different.
That was your first experience?
First experience, yeah.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
I feel like completely different dynamic than porn industry. So, I was doing my videos. I was setting my lights, the way camera, so many stuff. And then after 2 months, I guess, after 2 months, I got my first video on Pornhub, and already everyone in Brazil and South America, my family, was watching my videos. So I was like, okay, I can go porn industry now.
Well, I have to tell you, it was just me refreshing over and over again. I'm like, who is this kid? Yes.
So, yeah, and then when I go to the porn industry, I met Triton Ducati and Mr. Pan. So was
we love Mr. Pam.
Love her. So we had they sent to me a project to go to Miami to work together, and when I got there, everyone say this is gonna be so much different than working in OnlyFans. You have to be ready. You have to follow this. I was like, I was so nervous. Everything different was different thing.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was great.
Now, coming from the Brazilian culture, we know that Brazil is very conservative. You have the whole religion going on. Hello, the biggest landmark is a big Jesus saying, hey, girl. But then you also have Catholicism is the main religion in Brazil. Did you have any of that kind of resistance from growing up in that kind of environment?
Yeah, it's a lot. Not from my family, but for for high school, and everyone was building myself and around me. Like in high school, was very hard because we cannot be gay and we cannot go into. Don't think about the porn at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I also see the porn industry in Brazil, how they growing. It's growing very. It's funny because when you do porn in America, you're okay. But when you do porn in Brazil, it's not okay. That's the part that I don't get yet. Yeah.
But it's funny because if you look at the demographics, I'm with CyberSocket, so we get some business side of it. You see in conservative areas, even in the U.S., you see in the Midwest, there's this huge number of people that are watching porn all the time, and trans porn is very, very popular in the Midwest, in the U.S., which is so fascinating to me. It's like, but then you're gonna vote against our community, you're gonna attack our community. But Brazil is also very high in porn watching because. They're going to church and then they come home and have a good time.
But have something. Before, let's say about 3 years ago, has changed so much. That's why I think OnlyFans is like a line when it changed a lot of stuff. And if in the gay area, in the straight area. But today, doing OnlyFans or doing all the stuff is a little. I think OnlyFans break a little those rules.
Well, it's funny, and we are actually going to discuss OnlyFans and the shittery that they have become, just behind the scenes. But OnlyFans, I think, has allowed a lot of people to explore their fetishes. So if I went to Pornhub, I not necessarily would Google fisting or all of this, but OnlyFans, if I'm a fan of yours, and then you're doing all this kind of stuff that you don't usually get to do with studios, I'm introduced to that kind of action, and it's like, oh, okay, and then you kind of get used to it. I think acceptance of fetishes and acceptance of different gender identities and fluidity and the trans community, I think, has really increased, and I do believe that that's because of OnlyFans and Just for Fans kind of platforms where people are able to explore.
Sure.
But we're going to talk about that. Nick Fitt, have you always been fit with 2 T's?
Yes.
Oh, I love naturally healthy, worked out people. But how did you get into the industry?
I was 18 and 19, and I did porn for a year under a different name, which no one's been able to find out yet. So good luck. You can look that up. Let me know when you get it. And then it was the end of 2017, and Shishi LaRue hit me up on Instagram and literally harassed me and stalked me and begged me to come do a scene. And I was like, I don't want to do a scene because doing a scene's like eating a McDonald's French fry. You have one, and then you're like, oh, I'm just going to have that one. Okay, now I'm going to have 2. Now I want the whole thing. Now let me get the double cheeseburger, the frost. I'm going to come back. Like, okay, now
I know that feeling.
I'm stopping by on the way home. So now it's like turned into this whole thing that I didn't see coming, which is really cool. So I'm actually, being stalked is a good thing. There's the right person stalking me.
Now, and we know Shishi really supports a lot of
Yes.
up-and-comers, and I mean, talk about somebody that has made history in the adult industry. It's Shishi. And I love that Shishi also shares her own personal journey with sobriety and other facets that are affecting the industry and fans of the industry as well. Now, so I talked to Caesar XCS, and he got into porn at a very, very young age as well. We're talking about 18, 19. We've interviewed Brent Corrigan, and we know he got into the industry very, very young. Do you have any
prior to 18 and 19?
Flag that, cut that. No, King Cobra. But do you ever have any regret of getting in, like exploring that kind of side of the industry at such a young age? Do you think it played with your psyche in terms of relationships down the line or how you viewed sex?
No, because I stopped for 10 years and said this is something that I absolutely do not want to do. That's why when I came back under a different name, like 10 years later, I was like, okay, like I will do one scene and I will leave it at one scene. And that was my French fry. And then it was my supersized fries. And now it's just spiraled into this whole, we're talking about it and like all this and that and the other. But like I do owe a lot to her. I don't think it messed with my relationships. I was, maybe at an early age not ready for something. Had the foresight to say, this isn't for me for now. But when the opportunity represented itself, I was like, okay, I'm going to go forward with this opportunity and I'm going to make the best of it.
Think about dealing with and talking about sex at such an early age, it really does benefit you. I was raised in a very conservative Orange County, like I said. My experience with being gay and gay sex came much, much later. I used to be straight. With this voice.
That's a good one.
But sex was so foreign to me because I hadn't had these open conversations, and so when it was time, it was one of the worst experiences of my life. I almost was like, I'll just be straight. I'll date Sandra Oh. Like I don't like I'll be that straight. But it had such a weird energy towards it. And if we're all open and have these conversations about sex earlier, number one, we're going to be healthier. We're going to take more precautions in our own life, and then we're going to be able to enjoy it and not look at sex as some like weird foreign thing.
It's true, and especially when you have like the right parents and the right people talking about it, like it's really cool. I don't want to hear my parents personally talk about it. As far as I'm concerned, the stork brought me on September 28th, 1985. I was dropped off, I was left alone, and that's how it happened. But no, I do think that if we start talking about it or experiencing sex as adults, consenting adults, like at an early age, then you can make some good decisions for yourself. And I think it's healthy.
I can imagine that stork, by the way, bringing you. It's like a sassy stork. It's like, here's your baby.
Here she goes.
Here she goes.
Good luck. My dad told me my first baby picture of me that they took like a couple minutes after I was born, like I have like this scowl on my face and I'm like holding up my fist like this, and my dad was like, we knew you'd be special.
Well, I love that.
He was right. Good for him.
All right, Michael Boston, coming from England, did you get involved in the industry there? Was it when you came over to the U.S.?
Well, I moved to the U.S. when I was 2 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
It was just a fun thing to say. Like, I'm from England. I don't care. Like, I don't know.
No.
Well, obviously, so it was in the U.S. when I was a baby. But yeah, so I moved here when I was 2 years old, and I moved around a lot, so I don't really claim anything as like a home. Someone's like, "Where's you from? Where are you from?" Like, I don't know. Because I don't care. Because nothing's actually like special enough to me to like be like, all right, that's where I'm from. Like, no one cares. I don't care. But like when I started, I was living in Florida, and it was 2018 in January, and I started like I was very horny, like late in life, like having sex. I was like 18 when I first masturbated.
What were you doing all the years before?
I was being Mormon. So that's what I was busy doing. And literally, know how I first came? I was doing sit-ups in my bedroom at 18 years old, and I came hands-free. Yeah.
Okay, you just fulfilled every of your fans' fantasies. Like that's...
I can't replicate that anymore. Not since I had a dick in me. I can't anymore. Not that fun anymore. Nor am I that repressed.
Did you even know what was happening to your body?
I knew what it was, but I knew it was like a sin. I was like, oh shit, oh no, because I totally didn't say shit then either. But yeah, it was a party and a half, and so it was just like a downward, snowball, and I was like, all right, let's do porn and shit. So I moved to Florida, where my family was living, and then I started doing porn and got into that, and then had to take a break after my first few scenes, and then 2019 was when I first started actually getting attention.
Can I ask, and if you don't want to answer, it's
it.
totally fine. We know that there's this huge divide about religion and being gay. Not faith. Faith is different than religion.
Right.
What is your relationship? I just interviewed David Archuleta from American Idol, and he just came out.
She just came out because we all didn't know.
I know. That's
okay, girl.
We welcome her.
We do, yes.
It was a very interesting interview because he really talks about loving being part of the Mormon Church. He took 2 years off. Oh, he is very
How does he have a relationship? He can't. He can't have any kind of sexual anything relationship then.
He says that the environment is getting better, but his own relationship
Still a
with,
cult.
with his idea of God is still very strong.
God's
and
not
so
real.
it's not something I understood. I was raised as Catholic, and
Right.
there's a whole about that. But how do you subscribe? Are you spiritual? Do you hold any tenements from
Do
that?
you see my face right now?
I know, I just saw. I was like,
Absolutely not. Absolutely disgusting. Get it away from me.
So did it taint your relationship with any type of spiritual connection?
Yes. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care. I'm so over it. I don't care anymore.
Sorry, baby Jesus.
Maybe it's a little bit more negative, I guess. I don't know. But then again, that's my overview. And like, yeah.
No, but I mean, when you've been
Skeptical
been
now.
so affected by something,
It was the worst.
it's
the
gonna have
absolute worst. It's traumatizing.
Well, I can imagine. All right,
2 tears. No.
Tony, cue the piano.
When the worst part was the fact that like my whole family like left, but I was the only one who was like, all right, I'm gonna try. And then like I moved out, like, so me and my identical twin brother were living alone in Salt Lake City, and I knew he was having sex. He was having sex in fucking high school, senior year. But I was like, I'm gonna be a good girl. I didn't refer to myself that way at that point. Whatever. So once we were living in Salt Lake City, just me and him, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do anal. So I got on Craigslist and had a really good time.
Is your brother gay or straight?
Gay as fuck.
Okay.
He's gayer than me.
They're twins.
Yeah.
Well,
So can I ask? So you went on Craigslist and you had that experience.
I'm really classy, you guys. It's the best. Oh my god, you see me I'm gonna finish this flask before we're even halfway done. Like, it's gonna be great.
I got 2 bottles, by the way. So
Let's have a party.
So we're good. Now, along the same lines as Nick, going on Craigslist and getting sex that way, and that's your first experience.
Yeah.
Do you think? Do you regret that being your first
No.
experience? Okay.
But I was lucky because it was in Utah. So like literally, like, I was having like 3 guys on a Wednesday, and like I didn't get my first STD until like a year later.
Because they were showroom new.
You bet your fucking ass
Yes.
they were.
They were all librarians. Okay, so a little bit, and I'm not making light of that experience because I know how
make light of it,
traumatizing
sweetie. Who
religion
cares?
can be. But I want to know. So when I announced, hey, I'm having these gentlemen on the show, you know how social media just like, all has their opinion. We talked about, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest misconceptions do you think fans, non-fans, have about you that you would like to address and be like, no, I'm not that way, or that's totally wrong? What do you think the general consensus is about you, and is there any misconception you would love to clear up right here, right now?
I'm just a hole ready to always be used.
That and that we're nymphomaniacs and doing this just to have sex,
That
and
too.
being a porn star is not an open invitation to run up and just grab and touch whatever you want.
I'm not white.
Oh, that's true. Yes, we should clear that up right now.
Yes, everybody, diversity.
No, a lot of people actually think that I'm just white. I'm
That's
just
so
a
crazy.
white
That's like
boy.
racist within itself.
But to be fair, you're not like filming for like poppy films or
By
you're not.
Latin men.
Yeah. You're not doing genre porn.
No, why would I do that? I mean, it's not my style.
Well, no. But to put out for some certain performers that are very, very Latino showing, that's what they're going to get booked for. That's what they're going to get paid more for. So they get shoved in the genre. It's the same thing with like black performers. They get into certain studios or themes, and they're paid more for that than doing like other mainstream. So some Latino performers, I would say, would grab onto that because it's better for their career.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's a diverse market right now. More and more representation is going to be coming out, and a lot of the studio stuff that is being out there. I know that there's a brand new studio that just launched. He literally just launched the studio today, and I am actually I'm really actually quite proud that he's making his mark in the porn industry. There's a couple movies that even I've written. We're a lot more than just what we appear to be. We may be pretty, but we're also smart. We're also we have our feelings. And if you come at us in a wrong way, we're gonna respond in return.
We have college degrees and we're educated. Some of us 4-year degrees, some of us 6-year degrees. Some
Well, club
of us
owners-
multiple degrees.
I have no degrees.
Club owners,
Medical degrees. I didn't know that.
there's a misconception with club owners too. It's like
Yeah,
that
that's
that I'm in the business to get laid, or if you come to my house, there's going to be passed out go-go boys on the floor.
Yeah, that you're like a pimp, right?
There was nothing there.
But
There
you're
was like cribbage to play, and I was like, okay.
And there's like plates of cocaine.
I mean, you can do all those
and-
things,
and-
but at
and
the
all
end of the
this-
day, you still have a bar to run. So I mean, like
It's
that's
like-
those
it-
are just extracurricular activities at
Correct.
that point.
But it's a
If that were
real
the case.
business, and I go home and I still got to water my plants, and I
Dog has to
I
walk.
collect Lego on the side. Like I have a
You
very
do?
yeah. I have like
I don't know why that makes me
I have
laugh.
a very normal, basic life outside of running a fucking crazy nightclub. So
I did learn that because I have seen you at your location. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Like, come hang out. I'm like, I'll buy shots and blah because I think you're this party guy. And you're like, nice. I'll have a water. And then
yeah, like it's business for me.
But this is the biggest difference of people that succeed in your business and succeed in the adult industry. You have to have your shit together. Otherwise, you're going to be gone in 2 years, or you're going to have no career that's outside of that.
Like I have like nephews, they come all the time to see me, and I really like to play with them. I like it all the time, and I just posted I think like about 2 weeks ago, in my Instagram, and I have like I don't know, like a lot of messages saying, "Oh my gosh, you never post all the sides. I like to see the sides of you." I was like, I play with kids too. We play with kids.
It's almost like it's funny because it's like when you did that, I was like, oh my god, they're so cute, and I'm like DMing you and telling you like how beautiful everybody looks. But then it's like the same thing. Like I post a picture like with my sister, with my cat, and people like, and the next post on Twitter could be like getting railed, and people like pass by that and they're like, oh my god, like look what his living room looks like, and that's his cat, or that's Alan's nephew, and it's like I think sometimes that little glimpse of our personal lives
People
is
love
what
that
people,
connection.
They love that shit so much that it's like they would rather see my cat Daphne than like me doing anything.
Well, it makes you human
Sure,
because
yeah,
we're all human,
that's-
right? That's the relatability.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And that's why celebrities, like Reese Witherspoon is doing these like Instagram stories without her makeup. Fans really want
Yeah.
to connect. And I have to tell you, Michael, I first thing in the morning, I check your Instagram. I'm like, look at those peaches. But then you
I posted a picture of me in a full suit, and that's my most liked photo.
and I love that photo. We actually have that photo.
Keep her clothes. Put some clothes on her.
No, but it's not that. But also when you also
highly unusual.
But when you also shared the video of you in the dance studio, I
yeah.
love that so much. Yes, we still saw some curves,
I'm wearing
but
like
we
the
saw.
shortest shorts you could possibly. My brother, like, no, literally, I put that outfit on in Jersey City, and my brother's like, "Are you wearing that out? Like, we're not going to a bar right now. Like at 9 a.m. We're not." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
You never know.
I just felt comfortable because I'm like, I don't know anyone here. I don't care. I'm gonna wear a white jock strap and like little shorts, and, like whatever. I don't give a shit.
But the video really showed, like, it showed your body form and it showed how adept you are at dancing. And it was so, I love that so much. I was like,
fun. No, that choreography, so it's like the 9 chasses of like international cha-cha. So I used to compete and all that stuff. My brother still does. He competes. He teaches and all that stuff. So he was like, oh, do you remember the routine from like whatever the fuck years ago? I'm like, I mean, I barely, but like, here, let's go over it for like 2 seconds. And it was all, it wasn't.
it just comes back.
It
right?
wasn't my best. I mean, like, I didn't have the proper shoes or the pants or whatever, but it's okay because I got the likes, so it doesn't matter. But you know, I got what I came for, and that's fine, and that's for the tax write-off. But you know, I'm just kidding.
Now, would you ever have kids? Since you love kids so much, have you ever thought about having kids?
I love kids in my family's house.
Yes.
When they come to
Have
me,
them go home. They smell weird. They can't do anything.
No, I love
Me
them.
neither.
They come to me. They don't want to live in my apartment all the time. We spend night together. I make like I cook to them. I do so many stuff, and we spend like movie together. But I don't see myself having a kid by myself. But I love kids around. Yeah.
And you're always like traveling to somewhere anyway.
Yeah, so all the time I want to have a dog. So all my friends looking to me
Even
and
a
say,
dog, like, you
we're
have to take
not
care of all
gonna
the
have a
time."
dog. they don't let me have a dog.
People change when they have kids or a dog. I'm like, defriend. Okay. Okay, on the show, we do a little hot topic, and this hot topic was actually brought by you listeners out there that wanted to talk about this. So, Tony, take it away. Let's do a little hot topics.
That's super hot.
It's time for Hot Topics on the Rocks with Alexander. Better pour yourself another.
This is hot. That's hot. That's hot. This is really hot. That's hot.
So hot, you guys. Okay, today's hot topic.
Oh my god.
And again, this was a very pressing issue for a lot of you, so let's talk about it. Today's topic is gay for pay. Studios that typically hire gay for pay actors, meaning a straight boy filming gay sex acts, have come under fire for promoting a homophobic environment on set, as well as pandering to and capitalizing from the gay community. Here's the hot topic. Should pressure be put on studios to hire actual gay actors? Are they taking advantage of our community? So I want to talk about your experience with gay for pay. I think some of you have filmed with like Johnny Rapid.
All of us have filmed with straight people. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure.
so let's talk. It's an open forum. I want to know what that experience was like because the energy has to be different and what your take on this topic is.
Well, I mean, I've had good and I've had bad. Let's talk about the bad first.
Yeah, because that's I think what our listeners want. It's
Right.
Tell us all the tea.
Spill
well,
it.
Spill all
Who
of
was it? Was it Brandon Cody? Was
What's
it?
her number?
Is she?
No, actually, I actually refuse to work with this person again.
That's interesting.
And
It was
and,
me.
And
Okay.
it's very rare.
So straight, you guys.
It was very, very rare that I actually refused to work with somebody, but I will never work with this person again. You know, they're just unreliable, and you know, things can just switch just like that. The problem with this particular person is that it was almost like there was too many rules.
I don't kiss. I don't.
Right, you know, everything has to be on their terms, and it just doesn't make for a very natural scene selection. I think there has to be some either built chemistry or chemistry, you know, to begin with. I mean, I know when me and Alam we filmed Five Brothers, there was
I love that scene.
there was instant chemistry, and it was like we were friends first, and then we did the film, and then we remained friends afterwards.
Does that? This is just a really quick sidetrack. Does it ever get weird for you guys to be such good friends with people that you're like, oh, we're gonna hang out tonight and watch Sex in the City, but then tomorrow, you know, we're gonna be having relations?
I mean, it's just
Well,
like real life.
I've literally jerked off to everyone here. Like,
Same girl, same. I still get paid
Michael
for it.
Boston and I did a scene together, and we were like, you were writing me. There was whatever was happening. We're shooting an ad scene for Icon, and I was just like laughing like through part of it, and he was like, "Be serious," and the director kept being like, "Shh, stop it," and I'm like, "It's like my sister. It's like
These are the bloopers we need, studios, by the way.
Right, so there should be a C-roll camera at all times watching this, and it's just like we're trying to like be serious, and there were a few times where it was like, okay, like what are we doing here? This is like crazy. But then it's like, okay, we'll have lunch, go over to the pool later. Like, we're
right. Well, and also meanwhile, is that like you and like what was our other guy's name? Adam. So like me, you and Adam. So we were doing a DP because I'm talented, and so talented. And no, so like I was like, let's get another like shot of it because I just want to do more. Like you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't think my dick was hard enough.
DP was right. Let's do it again.
I want to get a better angle. I want to make sure you guys are getting the angle.
And for our newbies, DP does not mean director of photography.
Negative.
It means a really good Saturday night.
Honey, it's a Tuesday night for me. Just kidding. Okay.
It's my Monday night.
So, no, but
Monday morning.
It's my Sunday morning.
I mean, I see the opposite also in porn. It's like we have a lot of gay guys that are doing straight for pay. Now that's opening up, we have a lot of people that are doing, well, I call it straight for pay, but that's not what it is.
Bisexual
we have more
now.
open-minded people doing that. We have a lot of people doing like TS. Like I was in a TS scene. We just had Zach Bishop in a TS scene. And it's quite the reverse. Like they're starting to get a lot of shit from their followers and people for doing what they want to do. And I've asked, some people and they want to do it or they want to do something different, but they're afraid of the fan base. And is that going to cut into my earning? Or are people going to stop following me? Like, I don't know. Like if you just change, like a total top becomes if Cade Maddox becomes a total bottom tomorrow, then what? We're all fucked. Like, or how is the fan base going to respond? So I think you have to pander a little bit to the audience and then just kind of slip in a little bit of like what you want to do, which is why OnlyFans is amazing because you can do what you want. But there is still like a little bit of that. But as far as I've experienced, like I've not experienced like anything negative with gay for pay performers. And turns out that by the time I was back and doing porn, like gay for pay wasn't really like a thing for the studios I was working for. It was more so like pansexual people that were like predominantly on the straight side, but were okay with doing gay porn and more like open-minded individuals. So I don't think it was like something bad. But to answer your other question, should we be hiring people based on their sexuality? Yes and no. I think we need to hire good people that are committed to making a good scene, that are committed to promoting the company and their scene partner and just having, really good sex for the viewer because that's what people are paying for. And if they want to sign up for your fan site and see all the extracurricular stuff that you do, then that's great also. But
well, here's my question.
As a viewer, you can tell the chemistry, and you guys are
can have
paid
two
to
gay
act.
guys and they can have terrible chemistry too. I mean,
True,
it's not
but some
here's my question though. Here's my question. We scream all the time about equality and
representation,
how we want to be treated, right? So, if we don't hire that straight guy, is that just kind of being hypocritical?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So
show us by your work, and that's regardless of your sexuality. Do your job.
Whomever wants to do gay porn and whoever wants to do straight porn, just let them do it.
Listen, if you're straight and you want to come to the gay side and take it in the ass, like yes, we'll put you in a scene. That's you're open-minded. You're a leader. You're an ally. We love you.
She's ready to put a douche up her ass. She's ready to fucking go.
No, I have a shoot. I have like a 2-week shoots a big project with a company, and this company whole models basically was straight, all of them. We finished the shoot, and then the girlfriends when you finish was waiting to them in the door.
What?
I know.
That's weird.
That's only
happened to me
was
once.
weird, but for them was normal.
Was so weird.
But I tell you, like I see like a completely different view than everything like this. I feel like the only problem, like let's say a problem I had in a scene was with a gay performance, and I gotta say, no, wasn't professional. And he touched my face and say, "You needed to look in the face, have a connection. So many stuff happens. Like we don't hear for those. We hear like for making the scene like easy going." And in this company and the other one, straight guys, I worked with them. It was just amazing. It was like 2 weeks, 3 or 4 different scenes. All of them was straight. It was like so much easier, basically. I have like a different. No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes straights are the easiest to work with because they're like, this is a job, and I'm here to get in, get out, and just leave. And I'm like, yay. Well, because like originally when I first started working, sorry to interrupt you, Nick. Well, Nick Fitt, excuse me, or probably Nic Sahara too. I don't know.
Nick with a K.
I'm interrupting all the Nicks.
We've both been inside of you. It's okay.
I mean, the only person that hasn't been inside of me is.
This is like a Hallmark Christmas special, you guys.
Except for actually fun. But anyway.
Easier for us to go to that list.
What? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so where was I going? Oh, so the
Can't wait for Friday.
I'm dick hungry. Haven't had it in forever.
which is about 20 minutes.
You know what? Is that a problem for you? Because it's not for me. Anyway, so when I first started doing gay porn, I was like, oh, fuck these straights. And then now, like, where I am now, I'm like, oh my God, I love a straight because they just want to come here and just do their job and then just leave.
Well,
Because a gay will come in and be like,
trying
oh
to
my
get
God,
your
I
number,
love you.
go to your
Like,
house.
yes. And it's like, I love you too, but I want to go home because I just drove for 4 hours and I've been douched for like 8,000 years.
And I want to have a pizza.
I want to have like 2 burritos and drive home and die.
And
Like,
they're
that's
not
all
trying
I
to
want
get
to do.
They're not
right
trying to get
now.
your number, a ride home, your OnlyFans.
Exactly.
Which
Like,
I will
they're
do
not
all
trying to do
those
that.
things.
Right,
but at the
it's
same
like,
time,
the
like,
pressure,
I am exhausted.
The pressure's off the table though afterwards.
Well, it's just like, please don't put me on a pedestal. I mean, like, put me on a pedestal, but don't because because I will probably disappoint and I don't want to, and that'll make me sad.
Well, this is a very interesting perspective because we've all had, when we're growing up, the straight guy fantasy, the hot jock, the hot quarterback or whatever. It's always
I'm
straight
over
guy.
that.
Well,
Be the hot jock.
you
but-
lived it, girl.
Be the hot
Are
jock.
we
but
killing,
be,
are we killing
be
people's
gay.
fantasy at home right now?
I think so. They're all like,
My subscriptions are gonna go down to 0 in like 2 minutes.
Carson
Oh,
Kresge's like,
Jesus.
I'm done with this show.
I'm unfollowing all of them.
But it's very interesting because as a viewer, and I don't know how much straight for gay like but
Straight for gay.
I actually don't,
Gay for gay, sorry.
I actually don't know who's who. So the fact that you
I
just
do
said,
research.
well, that you said Johnny Rabbit, I had no idea. So
But his narrative has definitely changed in the last year,
right.
and I don't know if it's a PR move. I don't know if it's how he actually feels. But now he's being more.
I love
What's
Johnny
his,
though.
what's his narrative? What are you
that he's
talking
more
about?
bisexual. That he's more
I would
fluid.
attest to that.
I can attest to that too.
He's
That's what's
definitely
on the
fucked me
social
more
media.
than once.
No, he's
and
he's
seemed
true.
to like it. I mean, I don't know.
He's very true. He's very true to his
Yeah.
word on that.
But what I think is interesting is that you said that the straight performers had all these rules. Like,
Yeah.
why do their rules reign supreme over your rules? Like, don't you have your own rules?
Yeah, that's
Like,
Well,
like
the-
where how
just
did-
because he's
Well,
straight,
you-
we have to
well,
cater
babe,
to him.
babe,
on
babe,
our
oh,
side.
you need to make the scene
absolutely.
work.
Absolutely.
So, like, whatever it takes, you need to make that scene work.
Right.
And everyone's being
Oh,
hired
well,
as a
okay.
contractor, so if one
I know.
person's out, no one gets paid that day.
That's
you, the
true.
crew,
Well,
But
no.
the topic is why are we
director.
catering to somebody that's on our set for our films
Correct.
for our audience?
Well, here's the thing, and Michael Boston was on this scene with me. This is one of the only scenes that Michael Boston and I did. I was with somebody that was straight, and I was supposed to be the
I had to finish
bottom.
his job for him.
And Michael, one of the only topping scenes that Michael Boston has ever done was to
Not
top
true.
me.
Oh, I've seen him top many times.
Not true. I taught before you, but
no, but,
I would
um,
gladly put my dick in you again, baby. Just you.
I would allow it.
This
I would
show's
allow
gonna
it.
cost
You
me.
have my
But-
number. You have my number.
But no, he actually Michael Boston had to finish the job.
After finishing my other job.
After finishing his other job, and then I had to work with
hard
his
work,
other
girl.
job the next day.
Time and a
Girl,
half.
this is what formed a
So
friendship.
does like the studio say like here's your bonus for doing that, or is it just
No,
like,
literally, no. I got extra money for it because it's
Okay.
like, all right,
Well-
girl, like you just suffered enough doing your other thing, and now you have to go like help your best friend now because she saved you and let her stay in your hotel room, and you bought pot pies and you had a good time.
Who's eating pot pies?
am.
I want to hang out with that.
Me.
I was so sad.
Bro.
That was the worst trip
had a
ever.
Michael Boston eats the most random things on set. Like,
Oh,
I
right.
can see it.
Were you ready?
The,
Oh my
the
God.
loaf
Yeah.
of bread on Icon Male was amazing. And
He
she
was-
came over during a scene,
'Cause-
and we're like, I'm standing off to the side, and he's like, I'm very hungry, and I'm going to
was
eat something. And I was like,
starving.
girl,
He
you're
was so
bottoming.
hungry.
And he goes, I'm going to eat something. And he goes, what is that? Is that Hawaiian rolls? And proceeds to eat the whole package of
You
Hawaiian
know
rolls.
what?
and go
Because
back to
I don't
set.
like bones
But
in my
she did-
meat. God damn it.
Well, hello, he was born in England. They're just waiting for any good food to
I mean, it's not
anything
all
with
that bad.
anything with flavor.
right.
Fair enough.
I lost 10
That's
pounds
so
in England.
funny.
The people at Hawaiian rolls can contact us directly. Thanks.
They're in Torrance, by the way. I know very well. All right, so I guess that is our hot topic, and it's a very interesting perspective because I had a different feeling, and now I'm like, okay. All right, that was our hot topic. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to play Truth or Sip because our panel's not liquored up enough, apparently,
I am.
Oh, we're on round 2.
when we come back.
Run it through.
Get a soda, please.
All right. Actually, we do
just
have
all
some
vodka
more
now.
of the mixer.
Please.
Yes,
Would you be
please.
so
This is
kind?
really strong.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I have to drive 2 hours to like Huntington Beach, go trick a man to fall in love with me. So I
Huntington
need to-
Beach?
you don't.
He's not gonna let you spend the night. I can tell you that
No,
right
he will
now.
because he's already kind of in love with me.
Okay,
so
I
thank you,
I
baby. I
heard that you
appreciate
were going
it.
to be part of this.
I think it's cool that you
party.
did that because you
was
remember
like, oh my
Orange
God,
County.
it's
It was
like-
like you
I
went
was
out
like,
to
oh my
Woody's
God,
at the
my
beach
work
on
cousin's gonna
Friday
be there.
night.
Yeah.
The
And
Boom
then you went
Boom,
across
Woody's,
to the piano bar, and then you went to
Main Street.
Woody's. Yeah, there. And then you went to the Boom Boom Room, and then you went back to Woody's to like say like goodnight. But so we used to do like when I lived in Newport Beach, we would do Orange County like or like Laguna Beach like on Fridays, and then do WeHo on Saturday, and then like go back and forth. So it's amazing that you came there because all that died. I think Woody's is like a real estate office now, right? Not
So
Woody's.
Boom
the
Boom hasn't
Room's a real
even
estate office.
reopened.
it's not
George
done.
Clooney and Brad Pitt bought that because they were going to build it into something, and it's just sitting there. Now Main Street is now an inclusive bar called the Anchorline Park.
Inclusive.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna play a little truth or sip. Tony, take it away. Truth or sip on the Rocks with Alexander.
Keep it low calorie. Love that.
Just for me, not for you. Truth or sip. Our panel has to either tell us the truth or they need to take a sip. So everybody load up on your little...
We have.
Okay. Luke, the first one's for you.
Sure.
Worst celebrity experience at one of your events. And we know that you have many celebrity pictures. Your picture was Cher. I mean, that's like a family photo. But I know that you book a lot of celebrities, and you have in your whole career. Worst celebrity experience. Truth or sip?
I think I just posted something recently where I had LaToya Jackson perform at Rasputin, and she was filming live on camera for
Her reality show, which I loved.
World of Wonder. And of course, the sound messed up, the lightings weren't on cue. I don't think anybody even applauded when she got on stage. It was just she was performing in the dark. So she comes off, she screams at me on camera, which is kind of amazing.
Was she doing that on purpose, though?
It was probably good TV, but it was nice to be screamed at by Jackson, you know. So
And LaToya's like the sweetest, by the way.
she's so sweet.
She is
So then
sweet.
we just put it back on, and she redid it, and we pretended like nothing happened. So I think that was it. Everybody else was chill.
All right. Truth or sip? This is for the whole panel. Co-star with the worst breath.
Which one's that?
Truth or sip? And let's start with you.
Oh, with the worst breath.
Sip. For
Okay, sip. It's not a. I mean, it just you work long hours and there's a lot of energy and.
Gosh, there's been so many.
List them all off. List them all off.
He's like Michael Boston. It's disgusting. He should die.
Actually,
True.
no. You were the one that that surprised me the most.
Oh,
That's fair, actually.
Yeah. Devin Trez.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Don't worry about it, baby.
he's still watching. He's still watching Jeff Stryker at home.
I'm just like,
We'll catch you up to speed on Friday.
I have no idea. Anyway,
We'll tell
Okay,
you who does
Nick-
what
Nick.
for cigarettes.
I love you,
I'm
Nick, so much.
I'm gonna set.
Okay,
The best.
Michael,
Who?
co-star with the worst breath.
I don't want to do that. I don't like that
Then
guy.
sip.
Am I the only one that actually answered that question?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
That's why I love you. You are so down to earth.
I'm gonna be a nice person because that person's in this room.
oh wow.
Oh my God. Okay.
So it's me.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you, baby. You're fine.
All right. Least favorite kind of scene to film that you have to film, but you're like, oh God, I have to do this kind of scene.
Okay, so water. Everything is water. I was like, oh, this is sexy.
Water, like
Water.
like
Yeah, because of my hair.
Leather.
like
Yeah.
water.
you are very particular about your hair.
That's right.
Because
That hair is like in everything. It's
I
like
remember you did a.
Do I remember?
You remember? Yeah.
yeah, she
so-
was one going to something like in the showers, like, can
No.
we do this
It was at the
after
pool. Can we
aim
the
it
sex
down?
scene? And
Yeah.
she was like, no, you have to be first. Like, okay, I have to go first, but I have to go dry my hair and go back to the scene. It's gonna
you
take like
do.
a
Yeah,
it
it's
was
your
a-
brand. It's your brand.
It's like your
Because
scene
I
with
don't-
D'Angelo. You came to set. You were like, "Oh, I'm in a bathtub, great," and you immediately went to the other bathroom and plugged in a hair dryer, a flat iron, and all kinds of bullshit.
Yep.
She put all
cheers
these
you,
tools
girl,
on
for
her
that.
and
I
things.
love a girl who
Cheers.
knows what she
Plugged
needs to
it
fucking
all
get done.
in.
Come on, girl.
This
That's
is
what's
for
true.
long.
That is kudos. All right, so I love. I was thinking like all these fetish kind of scenes, and he's like the hair. Okay.
water.
Nick.
I would probably say bottoming. as much
That's
as
going to
that-
surprise a lot of people.
'Cause
One of the
she's a
assumptions.
she's a total top.
Her grinder says so.
No, my grinder says verse top, but I don't
Means as much as verse bottom does.
But
I mean, first
don't-
bottom is just like one word too many.
Right. No, but I don't like bottoming as much as people think I do.
That is, I'm shocked to learn that.
Yeah. It actually has to be with somebody I really trust.
What's your worst kind of scene to film? Is there any kind of like fetish out there that you're just like totally not into?
No, I'm like
Fisting.
I just,
Oh yeah, gross.
well, I have done that to somebody, but I have
Oh
not.
my
I have
God.
not. I've not been fisted. No. You know, you got to try everything once at least.
You do.
No, not everything. This new rosebud like phenomenon, I am not a fan of.
I think I licked one once.
Okay, so mine's a double-edged sword. So
Oh, I can't wait
we,
to hear
we
this.
love a good ad scene, but they're very. And it's not that I don't like them. They're difficult to film, like the crazy ones about, oh my god, I didn't see him sucking the dick under the table, or she's having a baby while.
Oh,
so they're
yeah.
very
Those are
difficult.
uncomfortable to watch, by the way.
They're very difficult to film, but they're actually the best clickbait in porn, and they drag a lot of people in. And when it's edited together, it looks amazing and it's hilarious, and it's always a really good product that we look at and we're like, oh my god, this looks so fucking hilarious and so stupid that I'm in it. And the sex ends up being really good to make up for the acting that you have to do, but they just take like hours to film, and it's a bunch of setups and camera movements and costume changes and all kinds of crazy. So it's hard to film, but it looks amazing. When it's
I
done.
love that answer. One of my friends is Sylvia Sage, who often does like the scripted female whatever, and she's
I met her,
amazing.
Like, on I think it was a ad scene.
Yeah, she's been on.
She's great. But as a viewer, when I see a woman there, or like it's hidden under the table, it makes me so uncomfortable.
But as a gay with a straight man, and you see a straight woman, it's like, oh my god, someone that I can relate to. Like,
but it's like off camera when the female's on set, it's like there's so many shenanigans, and the girls that are there are just so happy to be with the gay
They're
boys.
so
the gay
fun.
boys
Let's
are
go
so
shopping
happy to be
after.
with the girls,
God,
Yeah.
like,
and
I
they'll
get
take
that.
pictures and selfies and run around and get crazy, and it makes it a lot
like,
more fun.
fuck this guy. Let's me and you have a good time. Like, I fuck
Like
her.
when Ayla Donovan came to like do like the
Love
extra
her.
scene, I was like, yes.
So that's fun. Now I know that
Same with
side of it,
Mackenzie
so that
Lee.
when I see like one of those scenes, I'll be like, they were having a good time.
She might be an extra for my scene this upcoming Sunday.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, with my twin brother.
Well, that's that. I literally have
That's
this
to be
topic on here.
continued.
Michael Boston, what's a scene that you really just don't like filming?
I'm down for anything for the right price.
No, but like
No, but
what's
for
something
real,
you're like?
though.
I don't want to do that.
Well, who wants? I don't know. I'll just sip. Can I sip to that?
Yes.
Or is that a thing? Great, cool.
Yes, it's called. It's literally in the title. Truth or sip.
As I'm like sipping like a million times, like already, like as if it means anything.
All right,
True
a
story.
co-star you could see yourself dating. We got a lot of questions about you, Alan, because people think things. People you're dating or not dating. So who's a co-star that you could see yourself dating? Truth or sip?
She's a smart
I'm gonna say sip.
Wow.
There's a lot of options.
Sip is gonna be hot.
Is there somebody from porn that you could think of yourself dating?
Or a club owner.
No.
girl.
Oh God, have you seen the club owner?
They don't drink water while they're working.
But is there like an adult film star that you're like,
I think they're dead. I love
Jeff Stryker?
I love retro porn, so
So they're all dead. Yeah.
That's hot.
I don't know. I just like retro
hot.
porn because the bodies are natural, the hair is natural.
I do like that.
And I just like it.
Wait, from which decade?
Like 70s, 80s.
Yeah, that maybe more 70s than 80s.
Well,
I was gonna say
I
early
think 80s is
2000s.
when, like,
That's what I thought all
Sure,
porn was.
but I don't know. I like that era. The even the like cinematography is like
It's
really
a little grungy,
good.
like the Joe Gage thing.
Like it was ever. What?
Oh, okay, never
I don't
mind.
know who you're talking about.
Whatever. Nick Fitt, co-star, you could see yourself dating. A sip. This is an interesting topic. Michael Boston.
Oh my god, this topic's gonna make everyone drunk. I see.
I mean, I'm already drunk, so
At your next
already
house party,
over.
we're gonna play.
She
this
started
game.
like 2 hours
She
prior
already
to us.
started. She had a long day. She
Same.
did.
Same.
Her alcohol. Absolutely not. Jesus Christ, what's wrong?
Why is it?
Okay.
Was I the only one that answered that question?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but you kind of played it safe, where it's like they're all dead. So
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, like, yeah. Mine.
And we
from the
can't make fun of
80s
dead
or
people that we work in the
Fine.
industry, so we're like forced to like do that.
okay, so this is the final
Well
truth.
played, sir.
This is the final truth or sip question. What is the biggest drama story you have from on set? Like, where it's like, oh my God, this is so much drama. What is happening? Truth or sip? And it's going to come to you. I want to know the most drama story that you have as a nightclub owner, either with the dancers or the performers or
It is
whatever.
drag queen drama all day.
Okay, so let's go first. Are you going to tell us?
I love it.
I can't even be specific, but it's always fucking drag queens all day.
Truth or sip? Be specific or
They're
take a sip.
starving.
Well, we're all starving, but
No, we're not all starving.
I'm not gonna name. It's always that.
Then sip.
Fine.
Okay.
So
Is it with that straight actor?
no.
Oh.
Actually, this is with a gay actor.
The boat story?
No.
A
No,
boat?
no.
Because that was terrible.
That was terrible, but I have one that's even worse.
The boat story.
Oh, do I know this one?
No. Well, maybe
so
you do.
fascinating.
Did you call me and like complain about it for over an
No,
hour?
I didn't.
No. Okay, cool.
So no, I
it's just I'm into it. It's fun. Whenever you get a call from Nic Sahara, there's some tea to be spilled, and it's a good fucking time.
He can barely respond to a text from me.
You
so
pick up the phone when she calls.
You pick up the phone when Nic Sahara calls you.
actually
It's gonna
Nick
be
Fitt doesn't
interesting.
pick up my phone call, so she don't know the tea.
Well, sweetie, she doesn't pick up anyone's phone
Okay,
call.
let's get back to
Alright.
Okay.
So my biggest dramatic experience on set.
I was there.
No, you weren't.
Okay, okay, so you know.
It sounds like you have a lot of drama. Maybe if you have so much drama, maybe the drama is you. I'm just kidding.
No, actually, I've always been kind of a pleasure to work on set with, but
I've heard that.
I literally got projectile shit on.
Oh shit! You have told me this one. Sorry.
Yeah, projectile shit.
As all of our mouths drop to the floor.
I remember this
it was literally like The Exorcist out of his ass.
no, where did it land though?
No,
On
no,
me.
no, no.
On
okay.
me.
Like
We're
where,
done.
Like
We're
where,
done. We're done.
Like where are you?
No, no,
I'm,
no,
I'm really
no.
curious.
The story's
now.
done.
When is when are we adding a category called worst bottom of the year? That'll be good.
That'll be amazing.
But can you
Welcome
hold
to
somebody
stage.
accountable for that? I mean,
Yes,
it's like
absolutely,
Okay.
and we did.
What movie was it?
My roommate.
So so if you're starring as the bottom, when's the last time you can eat? Like as if you're going in for a medical
A year
procedure,
before?
right?
Oh, it's
No,
a
no.
big, It's a big stuff for myself. Oh,
Well, so you can eat small stuff like,
Take
a
Imodium, you'll be fine.
No,
easily
Jesus
digestible.
Oh, just
I'm
slow
dramatic.
down.
I always
I'm
take
dramatic.
Imodium.
I start the
Rivals.
day early before.
No, same.
Yeah.
So do I. When
Like,
I'm bottoming,
I've heard that it's a day before thing.
A day before,
Well,
yeah.
mine is usually like 8 hours
So you're
with
all
Imodium.
so you're all starving when you're on set.
Yep,
Clearly,
absolutely.
Like you want to like kill.
And they have to
people.
do the
No,
most
literally,
work,
like,
by the way.
pillage a village. Like you're ready to just like murder
Yep.
a town.
Yep.
But
Just wait till after-
But does that
after the
make
scene.
you like want to get the scene over and done with like as quick
Oh,
as
you
possible?
bet your ass
So you're
it
like
does.
so you kind of nail
You have your
it.
lines. You
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, okay.
When are we starting
That makes
photographs?
sense,
Let's do
right,
this
right.
shit.
Yeah.
When are
No,
we
just
doing
because
pretty
we are
girls?
bottom in a scene with like a lot of people in
Sure.
the back and everything's going on, it's like a lot of responsibility to go something wrong, and it's like just a lot of responsibility.
Well, it's like athletes who are not allowed to have sex before a game because it's that pent up energy that like makes you.
Testosterone.
Yeah, that
You want to
makes
fuck your players.
want you to
you
keep
wanna-
up
The
testosterone.
Olympics literally has it in their
No,
contract that they
absolutely.
cannot
No.
jerk off
Yeah.
or
Correct.
jerk off even.
Yeah.
Can't
no,
even
no, no.
more.
They,
Because
they, they
that's
have
what
no
keeps
sex
you-
beds
You
now.
release the
Yeah.
testosterone.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
I will still want to fuck someone up even if I come.
biggest drama.
Biggest trouble. Okay, so was the scene? It was in my house. The company, everything, the director, they come to my house, and we start around like 8:00 in a.m. And you still like it was like 10 p.m. It didn't finish, and
Oh
this
my
guy,
God.
I know
That's like hazard pay.
was so much drama, and the director after asking me, sorry, Allah, I'm sorry. I just remember one time like was the he touched my face and say, we need to look in the face to each other. We need to have this connection to do this work. I was like, I know my work is okay. You don't do your work. You're supposed to, it was a big drama. And also, like I said to you, like I honestly started the whole process not eating or something like I was not eating for 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. I was just have like a little like snacks or something. It was like everything was so stressful, was drama, and but we've been done. The film was okay. But it was just like too much drama.
All right, so this is a really quick truth or sip. Have you slept with a mainstream celebrity? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Of course.
We're talking A-list.
Yeah.
Yes.
One is pursuing me. I've said no so far.
Neil Patrick Harris is not A-list anymore.
Blue
we're not
check
talking about
mark.
me.
No, those blue check mark boys are like, just sleep with me. I'm like,
Oh,
give me
anybody
a
can
j-
buy a blue check
Give me,
mark,
I'm like,
please.
brother, give me a job. Like that's what I'm asking for.
Anyway, that has been our truth or sip. It was very enlightening. Okay, I want to know, and our fans want to know, what is a hobby or a talent that is something that's so separate from your industry that you're engaged in or that you're doing or that is very different about you?
So I guess I'll go first. I actually do a lot of volunteer projects, and I actually teach young women around the world how to read and write to help them better their education.
I have to tell you, so we couldn't put the picture on screen because you can't have younger people, but you actually traveled and you taught like a whole village and you spent time with them.
Yep.
I mean, like if people were not in love with you before, I mean, that's like the sweetest thing ever.
That's impressive, for sure.
Yeah. Where did that kind of philanthropic energy come from?
So actually, religion played a whole heck of a lot into that. So I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, and if you know about Seventh-day Adventist,
You can't even have a grape without crying about it.
well, there's that. But we're actually we're a lot like Mormons in that sense, where we do our mission. And so we were always taught to do philanthropic work. And so I went to Africa and I started doing that, and I'm actually planning a trip to Thailand this year to do the same exact kind of thing.
It's amazing.
So I just feel like, I don't do it necessarily for the church anymore. I do it for myself because I want to make sure that I make a footprint on this earth that won't be forgotten anytime soon. I want to change somebody's life.
This is just part of like your personality. Like you are a very, very sweet guy.
I try to be. I'm only as sweet as people allow me to be. And most of the time, a lot of people try to shit on me. So, literally.
I think you said it before. There's this assumption that people think they can touch you or treat you like an object. And it's like, I'm doing my job that has nothing to do with you. Yeah. Somebody want to beat that?
Well, I can attempt to.
God damn it!
I can attempt to. So I was a senior manager at Michael Kors, and before Sheila begged me to come into porn, and all of this happened. I started.
What was it like working?
I
for
helped
Michael
start.
Kors?
It was actually fabulous. I worked for them for like 10 years.
I do have to say, Michael Kors does cut for like a normal body, so I love Michael Kors for that.
Body positivity. So I quit because I looked up at the sign one day and I was like, it's never going to say my real name. It's always going to say Michael Kors. So I was like, I think I'm good. I'm going to do my own thing. So I helped start a 501c3 nonprofit to help get people on PrEP, to help get HIV medication to people. Trump was getting elected, so we helped do a pathway to citizenship. We did the clean needle program, which is controversial. We take your dirty needles, we give you clean needles. You're going to get let out of jail, and if you're a true junkie or addict and not ready and you haven't hit rock bottom yet, you're going to keep using. So let's give you clean needles. Like, let's not spread Hep C and other diseases.
It's normal
like,
in Australia.
It's right. It's
normal. It's normal.
It's
everywhere
normal
else.
other places, but it's
Yeah.
a foreign concept here.
Yeah.
So I did all of that, and I continue these things. I co-own, I guess you could say, a solar energy company, or I'm involved in that. It's like I care about like going green and like the planet and stuff like that. Like, and I spend a lot of time with my family. I try to keep them off social media and stuff like that. But maybe now I'm inspired to post some pictures of some people, this and that. And I'm just blessed in that way to have had the foresight to do that. And to have bought stock options before the IPO, so I could get paid and be able to do what I want to do with life. So it's amazing. And like when you hear stories like that, like that's like, you know, really cool. And I think that there's like a lot of us doing a lot of things that, you know, we're not talking about to like, you know, brag about. We just don't talk about it because it's like we in our hearts are just doing it because it's what like Nick said, like it's just what we want to do. And I don't need to go on social media and say, oh, I'm a good person, I'm helping heroin addicts today. No, like let me just help you. It's embarrassing for them. It's hard for our volunteers, but it's amazing.
But it's important for us to know because, you know, we are all the community. We appreciate you for being in our community, having great sex on camera, which is hot, but you're still representing our community. And so this is amazing, you know, to know and understand.
And speaking of community, do you know how hard it is to get a Latino to believe a white person when Trump was president that we're going to help you and we're not going to turn you into ICE? That was a real fear. And we went out in the streets and I had to get Latino volunteers to be like, this one's cool. Like, he's not going to like get you. But as soon as like he was elected, and I mean, there's people all over watching, and I'm not going to choose political sides, but it's just crazy because, you know, the fear was there. And it's like, no, I'm like trying to help you. And everybody was like, what's the catch? What's the catch? What's the catch? Like, there's no catch. Like, I just don't want you to get fucked over, like, just for being here and trying to send your kids to school. We're just trying to help you and give you the resources that you need or that you're afraid to ask for. Like, here it is. So it took a lot. And I was a little bit frustrated at first. I was like, God damn it, why does nobody want my help? But, you know, you just, persistence pays off. Now it's cool.
Wow, Nick Fitt. Share. I literally thought you guys were saying like juggling or something.
I mean, I could do that too.
Can you?
I actually can.
Can I see?
Do you have 3 objects?
Yeah, give me your cell phone.
Like, I juggled balls when I was a Boy Scout. But
no, but Michael, can we talk about your competitive ballroom dancing? Because people don't understand how many hours of rehearsal that is, and it's
I was
strict.
Crazy.
Don't you miss it though?
No.
No? Why?
I don't, because I was so burnt out,
Right.
and I was sick of dancing with people who didn't have the same goals as me. Because I'm hardcore, and I got goals, and I got skills.
But people don't understand how hardcore the ballroom dancing competitive is in general.
I mean,
we saw a little bit of strictly ballroom,
but
it's intense.
But you still must get pleasure out of dancing. Like, it's a whole thing, right?
Well, no, it wasn't. I was very competitive.
Right.
And I love competing. And
but you have to be to get like titles and all that.
Yeah,
and you have.
I have 2 of them. But anyway, that's not the point here. No,
he's gonna bring his medals to Strut on Friday. I guarantee.
I'll bring my giant plastic box.
Can you please?
I'm kidding.
Honestly, please.
I'll just throw them at people. My mom will be so pissed. She'll be like, "You didn't give them to me." But anyway, no. So I was very competitive. I don't know what made me want to dance. So I grew up with ADHD. Probably still have it. I don't know. Probably still do. Obviously.
You do.
Shut up.
You do.
No one asked you. You're not a physician.
I'm glad that we have a term for it though now, and that people can address it and like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can ask Alam, is it ADHD?
Yes, it is.
All he responds to is first class. That's all he responds to.
Ask Alam, is this ADHD?
He's like, I'm slumming it on this first class 6-hour flight. 6 hours of luxury? What am I going to do?
And they put you in the back of
Enjoy
first.
himself?
It's terrible.
I don't know.
Terrible.
But anyway, I was very, I'm drunk. Excuse me. So I was competitive. I did dancing for 12 years. Not 12 years. Since I was 12 to 21.
But it's hours of rehearsal. It's also a mind fuck with your body,
but
with how you're
choose how much
moving.
you want to rehearse. Because so when I moved to a different studio after I was kicked out of my first studio, when I found my partner at that second studio that I was at, we would practice for 3 hours every single fucking day.
So where are all those outfits now?
In my closet. Want to try one on?
Can you bring one out tomorrow?
Sure.
Like Friday?
No, absolutely not.
A jacket? A jacket?
I want to look hot, not look like a dork.
Okay, fine.
But
I don't. You would look like a dork.
Sweetie, a onesie that's argyle and rhinestones. I don't think so.
But you did wear a leotard to GPS last week, and you look fierce.
There you go, queen.
Here's the thing. No one. You know what? I don't. It's about my feelings, not yours.
Can't wait for Friday.
I'm kidding. But no. But anyway, for a minute, Jesus Christ on the cross. That's how sacrilegious I am. Do you see how extreme it got? Anyway, anyway, I was dedicated, whatever, it's done.
Focus.
It's over. I was dedicated. I did my thing, and I was.
But
over
it does take like this hours and hours, and this.
But you have to want it.
Yeah.
Kind of like I want to do what I do now. Like I do my thing.
And you work at the damn thing. And can we talk about your DJing?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you literally get booked all over the world. So how did that kind of music? And when you hear a song, what is the first thing that you respond to? Is it the bass line? Is it the melody? What is it that you first respond to?
It's music is like a big is a big like it open. When you go to so many places, I'm gonna play. Like they ask you sometimes for circuit party music, for house music, for bar music, and I like it because it brings you like more time to work. So basically, I was going to work in this weekend in Amsterdam. So this is supposed to be like a bar music. And next weekend is another place and it's a sweet party. So I like it because it was making me so music. I was doing porn and at the time I was doing like DJ at the time. Was making me like keep you busy music. It's like was just fun. Yeah.
Well, and you're all around the world, girl. I think we have a phone call. Hello, caller. How are you?
Well, it's about time, girl.
Girl, you've been waiting 52 years. I think you can wait a few minutes.
More than that. More than that.
Who is this?
Boys went gray on in the sun.
I think it's Jack.
This is Jack Dyer, your daddy.
Oh, Jack.
I love that you used your lower voice because I've been through a drive-thru with you in Del Taco, and he's like, "Do you have chili rellenos?"
Come on.
I'm just teasing. Jack Dyer is doing
Hi,
the.
boys.
Hi. How hot is it in Palm Springs?
It's actually fall. It's not bad at all. It's going to be perfect for Pride, so y'all should come right out for it.
Absolutely.
I wish I could.
We're coming.
I'm the official MC, by the way.
You have to come.
When is it?
The first weekend of November.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm also
I'll be
emceeing Palm
busy,
Springs
sorry.
Leather Pride, which is the Halloween weekend.
Ooh.
I have nothing to wear. Can somebody go shopping with me for leather stuff?
Absolutely.
yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
What am I gonna
Skin
wear?
in, skin
Alum and I
in.
got you. We're going.
But like, what could I wear?
We're gonna try it on and figure it out.
Everything. Everything, girl.
Good luck. Okay.
I got the cuffs.
I think a look for you is a half flip and a hairnet, no matter what Pride it is.
So, Jack, you're actually doing the new daddy blog for cybersocket.com. What would you like to say to us tonight? We're talking about hot topics
I have
tonight.
an interesting. I know. Well, here's a hot topic, and I thought I would pose it to Michael Boston.
I'm really scared because
Don't do it.
Jack Dyer does not.
Spell the T.
Please do this.
Oh
Just
God.
ask me if I'm
I'm
a whore,
scared.
I'm gonna say yes.
Are we going to
Well,
cancel
y'all
by the
can answer
FCC?
Too, but
I've already paid $100
y'all
in
can
curse
answer
words.
too.
Okay.
But speaking from Michael, to Michael, I know that you're a twin, and
cool.
I know that there is definitely, we all know there's a surge in incest porn or incest style porn in the gay world, and well, straight too. But it's always been there, but there seems to be a surge.
It has
in
taken
and
off in the
family
last
fetish.
few months. Is that because we're all stuck with our family during COVID?
I wasn't. I don't want to
is
fuck my
not
sister.
why. That is
Well,
not
actually,
why.
so
Okay.
Yeah, go-
Sorry,
go
Jack.
on,
I
sorry.
interrupted you.
Just wanted to see
Or
what
know
your
where this is
thoughts were
going.
on that. I'm sure it's been posed because it's been posed to me and my family. So
Sweetie, it's
I
been-
just am kind of curious what your thoughts are on it.
It's been posed to me since like even before I introduced my brother to Twitter. Like,
But you guys take sexy pics together.
yeah, that's for a point.
well,
No, so
It's for the likes. No, but like
It's for the gram.
it's for the gram. Because people fantasize. Even if I didn't post him on there, like it wouldn't even really matter. Because like even like if I was like on Grindr, like or like texting a guy, like oh hi, like I have my twin brother coming over, they would be like, oh, like do you like? I'm like, all right, instantly, like I'm not interested in you anymore because now that you just said that, you're gross.
but that's the natural reaction. But are
it's-
we really into incest porn?
See, I'm not. But when you like, it's when it's when it's stepsisters or stepbrothers or whatever the fuck, it's a little different. When you're twins and identical
No.
twins and you're like actual like family members, it's like asking you to fuck your brother or your sister or like whatever. That's gross.
that was my first porn.
But
I fucked
wait.
twins.
Anyway,
I fucked
like
twins.
yeah.
Actual twins?
Actual twins. That was my first porn.
Those poor twins.
Did they touch each other?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brett
they did.
Everett also filmed a
See-
scene where they ended up touching each
See,
other.
but me and my brother would like it wouldn't be fair.
But why is this? There's this new interest in these kind of scenes. You know, we've all seen like stepbrother, stepfather, MILF, whatever.
No,
That
it's different because
grandfather.
when it comes
Thank you
to
very
blood,
much, Nick
I feel like
Fitt.
it's when it comes
You're
when it
welcome.
gets a little different. When it's like just
I wrote that.
marriage
I
or
wrote that
whatever.
movie, Jack. That was good for you.
But you have posted
Yeah.
sexy pictures of you and your brother.
But just an
together.
ass. And like, I mean, he'll be an extra in a scene.
But
I'm
Nick, you didn't
probably
write in
doing
the
on
fuck the
Sunday,
cake part.
but-
No, I give all the credit to that to Shisha LaRue. She was like, "Fuck that cake, girl," and you just fucking tore it up.
I already started. She was just following suit.
You're very creative, sir. I was gonna say that. So at Icon Male, we are a taboo website, and we do taboo things, and
But it's so classy, by the way. I have to say.
we partner in with our parent company Mile High partners in with Pornhub MindGeek, and we follow an algorithm, and it's what people are searching for. I think there's a fun aspect and kind of like a dirty aspect to filming it, but it's like I don't really think about that. But like, we have to give the viewers what they're looking for and what they're paying for. So, you know, if that's what we're looking for and searching for, and it's getting like 80 million clicks a month or whatever, then it's like, you know, that's what's out there. So if you go against, it's like any business. If you go against the grain, then what happens? Your business folds. Now, does that mean that we're catering to some sick need in America or across the world? I don't know, and people have to value that. I know personally when I come, the fantasy's over, it's done, boys are bad, I'm like a praying mantis, I want to rip your head off, I want to eat something, I want to go to bed, I'm done.
I feel like that's you every day.
I
though.
don't know that people are empowered to go and hit on their stepmom or stepdad. I hope not.
You know what?
If you're watching this
That's
at home,
actually-
please don't hit on your stepparents. But no, we give
That's a
people
really
what
good
they
point.
We
It's
give
about
people,
the fantasy.
We give people what they want to see, and we give people the fantasy.
Well, that's what porn is in general. At the end of the day, it's just a fantasy. It's a sweet, cute little lie.
Well,
That's
that-
true. Like
that-
our
for you
realtor's
to
not gonna,
come
you
to.
know.
Well, but that's why we always call it work.
Good
It's actually work. You know, we have to play that role. We have to learn those lines, and we have to pretend that
Listen,
we like it.
tomorrow, if the algorithm changed and 80 million clicks went to men in hospital uniforms, every single person here would be a doctor, nurse, nursing student, medical student. We would shoot the shit out of that until it
You
changed.
bet your ass that almost everyone already here. It's already done.
I know, but because people in uniform is like the second most searched
Oh,
thing
it's my
other than
favorite.
incest. So that's the second most
Oh
searched
my- I
thing.
love
but there's a
Amanda's
huge
suit.
gap. There's like up here is like the first search, and then the next one is like down here. So there's like a huge gap in like what's happening. So it's like, as the companies want to shoot and do other things, maybe we can help persuade the audience to look at something else. But when it's so steadfast and hard, it's like, what do you do?
Jack, are you asking this because, you know, we've been through an awful administration, we've been through an awful election, and so we're trying to build bridges with our straight brothers and sisters, and now if we do so much like taboo incest themes, it still makes us out to be freaks. Is that what you're asking, Jack?
Well, I don't know about makes us out to be freaks, but I'm of the old school that happens to embrace our uniqueness and not want to be Pottery Barn or homogenized or be part of mainstream society. I personally have always loved being unique and always being the 1 in 5, just because it's just been my experience. That's me personally. Now, I understand that there are millions and millions of people out there that want to be seen in every film and want to have an iconic person there that is gender identified or you know, binary, non-binary or what have you. But for me personally, I like, there's a certain, you know, fetish in my world to being a freak. So when that now hits, and now we're out in mainstream, and we are making all of this, you know, what was perceived by society to be very random or very taboo, then it kind of brings the freak back, which I'm not mad at, but it's and it's not something I'm particularly into. But having always been in a daddy category, it kind of goes part and parcel with what I put out there.
But I can tell you, Jack, it's also I get it, I believe in that also. It's also, but being on the production management side, like we do production management for Mile High straight, we do for other companies straight, for for Gamma, like I work, exclusively with, award-winning director Ricky Greenwood, who shoots for Icon. That's how we met. And it's on the straight side too. It's a lot of mommy porn, and on the lesbian side, sister, and on TS, it's everywhere. It's infiltrated the industry, and it's what people are looking for. So we're giving them what they want.
Well,
not just us, everybody.
Can I interject on this a little bit?
Yes, you're our guest.
I think there's a certain amount of I guess OnlyFans that allows people to do what they want to do, whether they're in porn or not. I think a lot of the exposure of what's different is on OnlyFans. You have to kind of keep up with the next guy. So what I've seen in just watching other people, because no matter what I'm doing in my life, whether or not I have a regular 9-to-5 job or I'm trying to make porn a full-time career or whatever, I look at other people and I look at other people's work, and the reason why I do that is because I want to make sure that I'm still at the top of my game. So what I'm seeing nowadays is that a lot of people are actually trying different things. There's more guys willing to go guy on guy action as if there's a girl involved, or there's a gay guy that wants to experiment with a girl, and trans. Yep. So I think the exposure is definitely there. I think that OnlyFans and these fan sites are opening up those doors to people's sexuality that they never knew before, and I think this generation is a lot more receptive of it.
They're absolutely receptive of it.
The younger generation,
100%.
This younger generation has no inhibitions whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
They're so happy that we're gender fluid because you don't have to subscribe to something. Not to be a Star Trek nerd, which I am, but Star Trek this last year had its first trans and non-binary character in this whole history, and now the conversations. This is what we're having in adult film.
Yeah.
You can film with whoever. You can get off to whoever because everybody's sexy in their own way. But incest,
not everybody.
is a little weird.
But like Alexander, when we were talking a little bit ago with Tommy Pistol, he was like, he tries all sorts of stuff that he wouldn't necessarily do in studio. He does for his OnlyFans, like all kinds of swirl he tries, because that's kind of a private forum that he can do that and please his fans and experiment and that kind of thing, but it's not necessarily anything that you would necessarily see in his straight porn films.
Which we kind of talked about earlier is like pandering, is like,
we
what's
had him
going to
on
get the
set
most
today.
clicks.
Yeah, true.
I kind of feel like it's almost like clickbait.
Clickbait. But there's
Well,
a different
thanks, guys.
side.
You all
'cause-
are fantastic. I love you all. I gotta go.
Love you too,
'cause
whore.
Got a life. But
The next time I
love
see you, we're
guys.
playing
Chat with
pool.
y'all soon.
We're playing pool, and you're gonna let me
I
win.
call my mom whore. Don't look at me like that.
No, he has to go back to his throuple and sell realty. And also, read his daddy blog on cybersocket.com. Thank you, Jack. We'll see you
Love you, Daddy.
I'll see you next
Babes,
week.
We'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we have time for one more. You guys, I have pages of questions from your fans.
I gotta pee.
We have to. Okay, well, let's do one more and then we're gonna be done. Do we want to talk about body issues or OnlyFans?
Body
issues.
Body issues.
Okay.
Uh,
The ones that Alam doesn't have. 'Cause
We
he's
can't
foreign.
talk about
That's not
OnlyFans
true.
because they don't even
I'm
know what the
joking
hell
with
they're
you.
doing. So we'll
No, but
circle
that's
back.
that's a hot thing. Is like, they OnlyFans kind of took advantage of your industry, and then when they didn't think that they needed it anymore,
After 6 days.
right? So that's.
Jesus took 3, so I don't know what their problem was.
But we're gonna talk
To
about body
resurrect.
issues.
Yes.
That's fine.
So body issues. When somebody like me looks at all of your profiles and watches your films, and then all the comments are like hot, hot, hot. People subscribe to a body part or a body attribute that you have. I can't imagine. I mean, fit is in your last name. I can't imagine.
Like the worst.
It was a tall order. I screwed myself.
You
But
really
go ahead.
did.
Yeah, but
really
you
did.
kind of did. I would love to know how you deal with that psyche when there's all this pressure on body, body, body. Because just like we discovered tonight, you all have different aspects of your life. You have different skills. You have a different whole side that we don't even know. but the focus in the adult industry is your body. How do you deal with that pressure?
I don't.
Okay, I'm going to call your bluff.
I really don't. I don't deal with it. It's actually a really, 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 really horrible thing.
I thought you were going to say that you were just like not aware of it. No, because we've talked about this.
No, but I just don't deal with it. The thing is that I'm aware of what body shaming, because I'm my own worst critic.
We all are, by the way.
Yes.
So I do suffer really, really badly from body dysmorphia, and I don't think it's talked about a whole hell of a lot.
It should be more talked about in this industry.
Absolutely.
Because you're known for ass, fit,
There's
being verse, ass. Like, that's what... No, but I hate to be crass, but that's literally what people are, that's the first descriptive.
I feel
and I think it's really
I'll
unfair.
go on Twitter.
I'll
I'll
go against each other for
I don't
best
know.
ass last year. I mean, like, and who
All
else
three of
better
you
to
guys.
lose to? I mean,
All
she's
three of
gorgeous.
you
No,
guys.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know how you
true.
do. I don't know
And
how
like
you
Nick
do.
Fitt, what if you wanted to eat our cheeseburger? Your last name was Fitt.
I had fat cells
No,
for
but
lunch
I have-
today.
She called me complaining about it too.
I don't go. I don't know how you do, how you guys do, but I feel like a lot of pressure. I don't go places sometimes. Like I don't go gay clubs anymore. I don't
Sweetie,
go.
you're so
I
pretty.
don't
I've
go.
seen- but, like,
I wanna hear about this.
True with you because sometimes like you get ready for a big project. Like it's gonna be like next month.
Yep.
So you get your body ready to go next cine. So. And next 3 months, you're gonna be just like in home. You're gonna do travel. You cannot go in the gym. You cannot have self-discipline in the gym. Your body's gonna change somehow. Like
We all went through COVID. We all had trouble
That-
during COVID.
right?
Whether we got super fit or whether we got a little chubby.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
lived in
that's what I feel
Florida.
like so pressure, and I feel like I don't look like the movie, and I hear I didn't hear in the back because it's funny. I'm here right now, but I don't know if people is talking like in the grocery store right now. I can see hear everything.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't got a
That's the
person.
thing.
I even a joke. So and that was I hear sometimes people say, "Oh, he looks like the movie." He look like the movie. He doesn't look it. So this to me make a pressure, and I don't know how to deal with this. Yeah.
It's hard. I've run into you at the gym before in West Hollywood, and after the big hug and dramatic, oh my god, we love each other, blah 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 blah, blah. Like we would look over at each other, and like we were doing like intense workouts. Like I think you were doing a leg day because you had on like the shortest pink fucking shorts I've ever seen in my life.
That's
I
normal.
was like doing like chest or something. That's one of my weak areas, and it's like you have to stay dedicated. You have to stay focused. I find myself, also with body image issues where I'm on Instagram and I take screenshots of people's pictures and I'm like, I want to look like that or this person or that person, or I want to pose like that for the next photo, or what did they do to their abs? And then it wears on you.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I know.
Well,
And I have to tell you something about the West Hollywood 24-hour fitness, which is closing, by the way.
thank God.
Somebody like me, it's like, I just want to be healthy. I don't need to look like you guys because I will never look like you guys. But going into that environment and seeing all you guys working out with the selfies, whatever, I felt so not welcome. And so it took me out of the gyms, which is so weird.
But
when
let
we're
me give
talking
you
about
some
body
perspective.
issues.
So we're talking about body issues here. So did
Those
it ever
people who are,
hold
like,
on?
the
Did it ever
prettiest.
occur to anybody
Yeah, but
at
it's
the
like,
gym?
so
that-
I didn't go to the gym.
Yeah.
But we're taking pictures at the gym because we want to see what we look like. We most likely hate all the pictures that we've taken. We're going
So that's
to
interesting.
face tune it a little bit to make it look like the
And
way
that's
that we
also
want it to
for
look like.
validation as
And
well.
we're trying to validate ourselves. And we also have to post every day at 9 a.m. or at 12 noon on our Instagram.
If you don't post before 11
a.m.,
a.m., just kill yourself.
No, I'm just saying.
Basically.
we
But
have
it's
to,
stupid.
We
and
have
who
to
wakes
do
up
that.
before noon?
It's good to
Walk
know.
in
You guys in
front of
West
the
Coast
body.
post at 11 a.m. I have to post like 1 p.m. in East Coast.
So
but
it's
yeah,
like,
that's very-
so it's
so
like
common.
we're, so it's like, it's not that I'm taking pictures like, oh, I'm fabulous, look at me, blah blah blah. It's like I have to take a picture because
Yeah.
people expect an
Engagement.
Instagram post. People expect that, and we
And it's
follow
funny
the algorithm.
when you stop it doing
you and I
because to
talked
take a
about
break
it.
for yourself. I did like in the last 3 months, maybe last 4 months. I take a break sometimes. I go like 4 days. I do nothing, even in stores. And you got the messages also sometimes say, "Are you okay? Are you doing okay with your body? Are you doing okay?"
What's
so
wrong?
This kind
Blah,
of
blah,
pressure
blah.
at the
Yeah.
same time when you don't have the same like the the level of the post.
Or if you guys like want to like comfort eat one day,
Well,
you know?
Hold on.
I just can't imagine this kind of pressure.
The biggest pressure that I get, just me and in general, is when a fellow performer or somebody that works in the industry calls you fat.
Has somebody done that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Has somebody insulted you on your body?
Absolutely.
No.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Not to my face.
I mean, personally, no. I'm
Yes.
not saying no to Nick. I'm saying no. I have not.
Yeah. Somebody called me fat.
Really?
And it was recent.
Jesus.
You have never been fat. In fact, like your struggle is like building bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm using it. In
So
the wrong way.
somebody had called me fat, and that just added onto this whole body dysmorphia that I feel. I feel like I have to go instead of 1 hour to the gym to 2 hours to the gym.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's sad because, you know, once I hear that, it's a trigger. I've always been really healthy, really fit, and don't get me wrong, like you said, we either got a little bit more bulk during COVID or we got a little bit more fit.
Question: Do you guys know guys who are out of the industry who are post? Because you guys are right in the thick of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know the other actors who are out of it, just living their regular lives now with another occupation, or who don't have that pressure of their body having to be perfect all the time? You must know those guys.
Yes, and they say they are liberated and free.
There you go. So,
But would you want to fuck them?
No.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Yes, probably.
No, but let's be honest. Let's also be honest about our gay aesthetic. If we were to date somebody and they were to gain even 15, 20 pounds,
Well,
which
sweetie, if you're
that's
dating
the
them,
average.
you must like them.
Well, no,
So
I
no,
that
Michael.
make that shouldn't.
No,
make
no,
it
but-
The average weight that people gained during COVID was 15 to 20 pounds.
I didn't get any of that.
I lost weight and
I was a 7.
I lost weight and my boyfriend gained weight, and we still were very attracted to each other. So I think it's a little bit different. I think everyone's situation's different, but I think that within the community, side topic and problem for next time, we can address the shallowness that goes along with that causes a lot of these images, because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy and a cycle that perpetuates itself. Like I've moved to West Hollywood in 2005, and we've been talking about the same bullshit with the same people with the same this and the same
But
that
the hot
for
topic
20
is we're all
years.
body positive, we're all inclusive. That is not
It's
what's
bullshit.
happening. It's
That
not
is
real
that
life.
is the
It's not-
biggest
that's not what
bunch of
happened.
bullshit that I've heard, and
absolutely
that
not.
is such bullshit.
And social media has perpetuated
such
it. There's
bullshit.
been a leaked memo from
That's exactly right.
either Instagram or Facebook that they absolutely know that Instagram affects teenage girls' morale.
Yeah.
They absolutely know it.
They're
And
aware
the
of it.
suicide rate,
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
too.
And Grindr affects gay boys.
I mean, if you're below 18, you should be on Grindr in the first place.
But they are.
So, you know,
Well,
we're
but
not
that's true.
we're not
This
alone.
body shoes, the body shoes, like is real.
It is.
Yeah,
It
sure.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, the best of us have
Well, can I-
probably the biggest body.
And that's
issues.
what I think a lot of fans don't realize is that you are dealing with this as much as somebody that's like curvy like me. It's a daily thought in your mind, which is so damaging.
I don't know how many pictures you all take, but I take on average like 20, 25 pictures before I narrow it down to 1 or 2 that I like. Before,
Is that true?
yeah.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
I go more.
I have to go. on my,
this
I have to
real?
go.
55
I'll
pictures.
take
That's a minimum.
I'll take full
Alex,
on
I have
like
to go on my
15-minute
phone.
video.
I have to go on my phone and be like, okay, I choose this one, so now I need to delete all. I'm like literally highlighting like the whole and scrolling. I have to delete
Yep.
all this.
Yep.
Oh, and these are from the other day.
That's me.
And then I've also run out of ideas sometimes. It's like, what do people want to see? Like, okay, like my JJ Malibu came in the mail, great, and I have to look and see what the hell you're gonna post. So I don't like, I'm not
Well,
gonna
and
try.
this is what happened during COVID is that like people were doing the same shirtless selfies in their own living room. It's like, okay, well, now you don't have anything else.
Yeah.
to
Now, what
offer.
variety do you want?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, what I will
Well,
say
this
though,
is good to know because
what I will
Do you
say
wanna
though
shoot-
is
see
that
me
there's a
shave my
lot
head
of
2
really
weeks into
good
it?
there's a lot of really good newbies coming onto the scene, especially with TikTok and stuff like that. You know,
don't get me started on TikTok. That's a whole other shit.
no, but to be honest with you, there's a lot of really great guys that are coming onto the scene that we haven't seen before, and they are actually spreading positivity, body positivity. So
Wait a minute.
I will say
gonna-
this.
But it has to be sincere. It has to be real. Hollywood has been talking about body positivity for so long. the gay community has been rallying against body positivity. For me to get booked for an event is very slow because I'm dealing with like the pretty boys that are whatever, and it makes sense. When I want to see something, you know, I want my ideal. And so I think that it's a hot topic, but in actuality, it's not happening. Have you guys ever dated somebody that's a little chubby?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I've only dated one guy though. Because I'm an asshole. I'm just kidding. No one loves me.
Oh,
But actually, yes, I have. And you know, the thing is that I dated him because of how he made me feel at the time. And I have not yet gotten that same feeling again.
Why did it not work?
A lot of it had to do with the fact that
weight?
Huh?
His weight? No.
No, actually, it had nothing to do with his weight. You know, we were toxic as in a relationship, but we found that we were better as best friends, and we're actually still roommates.
That's nice.
I'll get his number after.
He's happily married.
Mm-hmm.
So?
And
Define happy.
With guinea pigs and a dog.
with guinea
Define
pigs,
happy.
Of all the
guinea
pets.
pigs, dog, and the whole 9 yards.
I love that.
And a Subaru.
Yes. So they're lesbians.
Did you say that you dated like a chubby person?
Of course I did. Yeah, of course.
What do you mean, of course? No,
course I
not
did.
of course.
We don't look. A lot of us like.
Well,
Okay,
define
misconception
chubby.
is you can't touch us,
What's
and we are
chubby?
also into
Well,
other
to the gay
things.
community, chubby is like 5 pounds. Like, oh my god. No, but like, have you been on the red carpet of like Grabby, like somebody that's not like the
I fucked
typical?
a lot of body types.
Oh, yeah,
But
personally.
fucking is different. Like,
But like, but I don't just fuck. If I fuck you, I fuck you a couple times.
That's not true.
It is true.
But yes,
You're
no, I
you dated like a chubby person.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I just don't have time.
How long?
know what, Nick?
Tony,
I
there's
had
still,
enough.
there's still an opportunity. No. For how long?
Oh, was 5 years? 4 years? 4 years.
You dated a chubby person for 4 years?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
God, Nathan Lane has never been happier. You guys, I literally had pages and pages of questions from your fans. I think this was such a great conversation because it was so like, you know, let's just talk about it. So I thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I have so many questions, but we have to end. Okay, tell everybody where they can find and follow you.
Instagram, Alan Wernick, and Twitter, Wernick Alan.
You can find me on Instagram, official_Nic Sahara, or you can find me on Twitter, Nic Sahara XXX.
You can go to Strut Orange County or DonkeyD's_DS.
And go to Donkey D's, by the way.
gonna
It's
say,
so fun.
I was gonna
It's
go to the
just
donkey.
fun.
I'm gonna go to the donkey.
It's like the
D's.
neighborhood bar.
So is
But it's
Michael
really
Boston.
is.
Neighborhood bar. Neighborhood bar.
It's like what Gold Coast wanted to be.
It's like the gay Hooters. It's the same shit.
Sounds like a
So
good time to
do we
me.
get to meet in the bathroom on that one?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Oh my god,
I love it.
That's the only place that Luke knows how to meet people.
The only time I'll come douche to a bar.
Exactly.
Donkey
Same.
D's.
Nick.
Same.
We actually have a
You
claw
can-
machine with dildos in it, so yeah.
Hot. So I will.
Yeah,
Let's do
it has dust all over it.
I will donate. I will donate
I'll
Nick Fit
undress it.
dildos
No, you
for your claw
should.
machine.
You should.
Yeah, I've had his dildo. It's great. It's good.
I will donate Nick Fit dildos to the claw. I will bring them and I will
No,
donate.
please do.
them.
I'll put them in.
Can you bring them on Friday?
Yeah, I'll give you all of you can have one. Absolutely. It fucks in 10 different positions, but you can find me on Instagram at official Nick Fit or on
Two
Twitter
T's.
at
Two T's.
2 T's, and I had 2 T's before Elliot did. Sorry if you're listening. And then
Are you though?
you can. I'm really sorry for her.
Yep.
Yeah.
People are sorry for her for a few. Oh no, she performed. Sorry, no, we love her. She performed at
She's
Strut last week.
great. I'm just kidding. No, I actually know her. She's a friend. So or Nick Fit XXX on Twitter, or you can see me at iconmale.com.
Hi. So.
Hi. We're gonna have a convo.
Aloha. So my mom's Hawaiian. Shut up. No. So Instagram is Michael Boston, and there are 3 S's in that, and then 3 because extra lisp potential, and then the Twitter is XXXM Boston.
You guys, this has been another episode of On the Rocks. You guys have to come back for 2.0.
Please, I would love to.
Yeah, I would love it.
do it.
You guys have been such great sweethearts. Can't wait to hang out with you on Friday because we're just going to sit and have a good time.
Yeah, of course.
And it's a grab bag of fun every week at On the Rocks. A big thank you to our fabulous guest, my engineer, Tony Sweet, and our social media clip editor, Alexis Mendez. I'm going to send him this file tonight. He's going to be like, what? Also, our in-studio photographer, Mark, and you need to follow. What's your Instagram? MH Photography 1, the hottest. Coming up, you never know who's going to show up. We have Barry Levingston, who was the child actor in My Three Sons from the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's in a new movie with somebody that I cannot name right now, but he's here in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Also, we have Netflix's Sugar Rush's Leo Botello. We have TikTok star Corey O'Brien. And we have Warren Egypt Franklin from the TV show Grownish and currently touring as Lafayette Thomas Jefferson in Hamilton. He is literally zooming in after his performance with costume, everything. Please like, share, subscribe to On the Rocks. We can continue bringing this to you for free if you subscribe. Stay healthy, stay sexy, stay tipsy. Woo. On the Rocks every week. See you next Tuesday.
This has been another episode of On the Rocks. Tweet me and slide into my DMs on Twitter and Instagram at On the Rocks On Air. Find everything On the Rocks for free at OnTheRocksRadioshow.com. Subscribe, like, review, and share. Until next week, stay fabulous.